So we now have arrived at Jari's day job. It's here at Taxidermy Bouten, and we're going to take a look inside for what they are doing here. We are at Jari's day job right now. Can you tell us a little bit more about your day job, because it's quite special?
Yeah, definitely. I'm a taxidermist and we preserve animals, mammals, reptiles, birds, actually everything from mice till elephant. Oh. So yeah, that's my daily job.
Yeah, that's very special. You don't see that every day.
No.
So, Jari is going to take us a little bit with him how it's all made. We are here at the start right now.
Yeah, definitely. There's a skinning room and also a tanning room, and every animal that's come inside in the company will be mostly in flesh, and so we will take the skin off, and then we have some special boxes with tanning fuel, and there they stay for probably 1 month, and then we get them out, and then we have to wash them and skin them. And then we have some special fleshing tools, so we can make the skin on the right thick, and then it will become really nice and smooth leather, just like you normally have some leather shoes.
But then the skin is on it.
Yeah, that's the first on it. It's just inside-out animals. We just
yeah. Just see the insides here.
Yeah, this is face, and it's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh, it's the eye pockets here.
yeah, you can see his eye. That's there's some road ears. Over here I got a really large cow, Scottish Highlands. There's also for one shoulder mount. So you can see his ears and his hair inside, and yeah, that's we preserve it for rotting, and it's just nice leather, so yeah, we can mount it.
Looks a little bit macabre, but also very interesting.
Yeah, of course, can imagine. For us, it's a daily job, so for us it's quite natural. But for some people who don't see that daily, it's I can imagine it's something special.
It's special indeed.
Yeah.
So here are the tannings.
Yeah.
Like, do you put some kind of liquid in it, or do you use?
Yeah, this more alone and salt. And then that's more for the first stage of preserving. That's when the animals are skinned, and yeah, we get the most flesh out. And then we have to make sure the raw hide will be preserved from rotting. That's the reason why we put it over there for about 1 month. And it can be still up there for 20 years, 30 years. That doesn't matter. But yeah, mostly we have about a waiting time from 1 year. So. And we work we work for several stages. So after 1 month, we get a whole bunch of animals out, and then we fix the skins, and then we put them in the freezer, and then we go further with making the skins ready, and we have to do the sewing stuff. And
so it's a bit like mummification.
Yeah, just a little bit different. So we take everything off, and we make a complete new model. So we have to mold it by ourselves. But for some animals, we got some standard PU forms, and we fix them and change them completely to the skin. So we always have to change a little bit on the mannequin, and then yeah, that's just like we do with every animal. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We are going to the next room.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, over here we come in a really small room. We don't have that much space, but this is more for the big mammals. You can put the skin inside when it's come out of the tanning fuel, and we have to wash it, and then we put it in the sawdust, and then the hair will nicely blow up. And just here we got the same for birds. You can see some threads from a nice ostrich, and when we put them inside, then they will more nice and fluffy. So when they are really wet and dirty, we have to clean them, and that's the reason why we put them in the sawdust.
So it's like a big washing machine.
Yeah, but then with sawdust.
Yeah, with sawdust.
Yeah, they come out with the wash mill, and then we have to clean them the sawdust. Yeah, and then we can go to the
The next stage.
Yeah, to the next stage. Now when we come over here, then you can see all the antlers and horns and skulls. Now we come at the room over here where we made the large mammals and also the pets. Colleague for me is working on a small dog at the moment, and for dogs we don't have any mannequin, so that's the reason we have to make them completely by ourselves. We preserve the bones from the dogs and the skull, and then we make the body complete out of PU foam, and yeah, that's we make it the legs a little bit with wood wool and rope over it.
Do they use a picture from the dog itself to
yeah, definitely
like this?
We also ask customers to deliver us a lot of video material and pics from the dogs, and yeah, the most we love moving video and material, so we can see how the movement is from the animal, and
so you can capture the personality as like the personality of the dog.
That's the reason why pets are the most difficult to mount. They are not just anatomically like a wild animal, but they are most like it could have a lip that's not quite right, or a nose that's a little bit to the other direction, and we have to make the animal just like it was, how it came inside, and how it was at the customer's place, of course. And I made this one last week. There's a tapir from America.
It's
also
for
a zoo.
Work, this.
Yeah, that's my work. I did it. And for this one we also don't have mannequins, so I have to make this completely all by myself. I have to cut it out of the foam, and I have to make it with a little clay inside. So I have to mold the eyes and the earbuds. And, now that's the reason why I got so much needles inside. I have to make sure the skin will be dry on the place where I mount it. So,
How do you make these eyes? Or is someone making this beforehand?
I order them. They are completely print out of the computer, so it's a 3D mold, and it's a glass eye. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Because that is what's making for me a big difference in these kind of animals. If the eyes are right and the eyes are like talking, I don't know how. Okay.
Yeah, great. When it's dry over here, then we go to the finishing room. That's where we do the epoxy finishing work, and we can fix some scars, some old scars. We can do the airbrush painting job over there. Over here, this amazing big project from a leatherback turtle, and it's also a really skin. This is original. That's was a really tough job.
I can imagine that.
You can see we still need to do the painting job, and
So this is the real. I don't know how it's called in English. The cast.
Yeah.
The shield.
The capax. We made from this one. We made the cast on top, also just like the skull, because the museum wants the skeleton, the real skeleton, also back. So that's the reason why I couldn't use this real carapax and this real skull. And the flappers are original, and the belly skin, it's hard to see, but that's also its real height, just like the tail on the back side.
Like the fingerprints.
Yeah, it was a tough job. So, still have to do the painting job. I know, because we've got a lot of birds and stuff like that. Yeah, now we go to the birds. Nice barn owl, you can see. That is cut. Hoe staat dat?
That's it. All right.
Like you can see over here, you got some nice small birds, some barn owl. That's from also some customers. They find them off road.
Yeah, so roadkill.
Roadkill, yeah. And
that's pleasant. There's nothing right here.
yeah.
He stays stressed for the rest of his days. Yeah. Now I've got some followers' questions I'm going to ask you. One of them asks, what is the stuffing that is going to be used? Is it right that some of them use stro? What is stro in het Engels?
Yeah, I can imagine, but we still use some wood wool for some small animals.
Oh, straw.
Yeah, straw. Yeah, straw. Yeah.
Oh, right, and
Yeah.
it has to be 100 years old. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes they use it, but we use brand new. It's not 100 year old, but we use wood wool for small animals, small mammals, and we can better make the details with wood wool, and when we make the bones ready, so we mold it on the bones.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So I just learned something from my followers too.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And also it's really nice for the tanning fuels what inside of the skin when it's need to dry really quick inside the wood wool because
Of course, it will suck the moisture out.
Yeah, definitely.
What is the biggest animal you ever made?
Yeah, I worked together with another colleague on the giraffe and also a small elephant and a rhino. So yeah, we also made big animals. Yeah, really.
All right. Why do people want these animals like this?
Yeah, mostly the people they what collect taxidermy stuff. They want to give it a second life, just like the reason why we made it. So that when it's dead, you can leave it everywhere, but you also can give it a second life, and you can have it at your place, or you want to take any distance from your dog. That's the reason why you keep your pets inside your house when they are dying, and we have to mount them, or for zoos for education, or for museums for education, stuff like that. For every reason.
So sometimes it can be quite emotional as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Prepare.
When you got your dog for 10 or 15 years at your place, and it passed away, that's very emotional.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Another question is, if you weren't doing this job, what else would you do as a day job?
Yeah, then I think it was zookeeper in the big zoo. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. With live animals.
Yeah, with live animals. But yeah, that's the reason I got enough animals at home. So I also love to give them a second life. So now for me, this is the most lovely, beautiful job in the world. So.
So you do really see it as a second life.
Yeah, that's for me. I see myself as an artist, as an animal artist, and I give the animals a second life. Yeah.
Nice. One asked also, but you made a little bit of a comment as well before. Did you do anything for celebrities, and can you tell us a bit who they were and what you did?
We work for a lot of celebrities. Most of them are don't want to call their names, of course. I can imagine.
Yeah, I can.
But the most what the most people know is the famous dog Bommel from the family Nederland. That's the only one I can call by name. But we work for a lot of celebrities also.
Also out of America and other countries.
Also, from around the world.
All right. How did you start this job?
I started from the age of 14 when I was a young boy. I came every Wednesday when I was at school. I came by, take a look, and I asked my former boss, he's pensionated, but I asked him when I can come next week again and again, and I was done with school. I asked him for a job because it was already my hobby. And they knew me quite well, and they knew that for us job, you need to know everything you got in your head, you got in your mind. You have to create with your hands, and I did it quite right. So,
nice. So this is a job you learn by doing it, or is there some kind of education for it? That's
education in Bochum, that's in Germany. That's a large school. But they don't deliver the quality we ask. So No, this is normally the best thing is you can learn it from the best. And my former boss was also world champion and not only Europe champion. So yeah, I learned from the best.
Yeah, you're still doing quite well.
Yeah.
What are the average costs of an animal? Like if your small dog dies, can you say roundabout?
Yeah, it really depends on a lot of animals. Is it short haired? Is it the naked dog? Is it the naked cat? Is it when it's long hair? It's easier to do the sewing job. And yeah, is it how much does it weigh? Is it a heavy dog? Is it yeah, you can say about 3,500, yeah, and more. Sometimes less, but mostly. When you got all the facts together, then you have to take a look to the weight, to the skin, it's expensive.
Can imagine.
But yeah, it's a very hard job. You have to mount a complete animal by yourself. We don't have standard pure forms for dogs and cats, and so you have to mount the pets completely by yourself. So it's for one small dog, it's a job for 1 week, or it's or more. So
roadkill does cost less because it's less work. Of course.
Yes, less work. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just you have to make the anatomy quite right, and then it's look really fast like a fox, or really fast like a deer. But every dog is different.
Yeah, they've got their personalities.
Yeah.
They
got, or the nose is not quite right, or the lips are a little bit in another direction, and we have to make every dog, every pet, just like it was, how it was alive. So
yeah, I can imagine that.
Thanks.
Are there animals that are forbidden to preparate?
Yeah, there are some animals you don't have to, you can mount because the restriction, but then mostly museums or zoos, they have the right paperwork, so we can still mount them, but you don't can have them in your own house. So then you have to think about common bats or some special rare kind of mammals.
I think like everything that's endangered is off the list.
Yeah, normally it's pretty hard to have them at your own place, like I said, but from museums or for zoos, they can fix the right paperwork, and that's for education. And then
I can imagine that. How do you clean something like this, for example? Because it will get dusty or something.
Yeah, we got a special spray. You can also buy it in a shop, and that's you spray it for a few times in a year, mostly three or four times in a year on the animal, and then it will become. You don't get any insects or stuff like that inside, and you can.
You don't have to shower him.
No, but you can with large animals you can use a vacuum cleaner. It's also not a problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And with small birds or small mammals, you use a large feather. You go with a large feather over the skin, and then the dust will also disappears.
Okay. What is the hardest job to do?
Yeah, the hardest job to mount. That's mostly with some kind of birds. Some kind of birds have a really thin skin, just like pigeons and something like that. You only have to watch out the skin, and it will fall apart. So they are really hard to mount. Or animals with less hair, just like a naked cat, or just like the tapir I mount over there. When short-headed, it's you see everything. You see every
like this.
The tortoise.
The turtle.
Turtle over here. Yeah, you see everything. That's like you got fix a lot of stuff with epoxy, and then we have to do a really major painting job to make it quite right again.
I can imagine. Do you get any feelings while you prepare some animals? Yeah,
of course. Every time when I mount the eyes inside, that's for me. When I put them on the right angle, on the right spot. Then it's come alive for me again. So
But do you find it difficult sometimes, or do you get some emotions when you're doing an animal for a client, like his dog or something?
Yeah, I don't mount pets, And we got also every taxidermist got their own specialty.
Yeah.
And for me, it's mostly large mammals and reptiles and fish and game heads and yeah, stuff like that. But
that's less
yeah.
emotional.
Yeah, that's less emotional. But yeah, just like I told, we are artists, and artist makes only the things he likes to make. Yeah. We love our job, and yeah. I don't like mount pets. That's the reason why I got other colleagues. They mount pets. That's just the most lovely thing for there to mount every day.
Yeah,
yeah, not for me.
No. Everyone is different.
Yeah,
that's,
sure.
That's for the better. Okay, someone asked how a person feels when he gets his animal back. I think it's because of their pet.
Yeah, I can imagine. That can be really different. That's it's really emotional. But mostly, you see it for a quite long time, for a year, about a year, because of rating time. I see it back, and it's really emotional. It's because you see your dog again, but it passed away, and it looks you in the eyes again, but it won't walk anymore. It won't bark anymore, so it's pretty rough sometimes. So also for the customers, but also for ourselves. So yeah. I
can imagine. Yeah. Okay, this is a question. Why do people like us can't be preparated?
Yeah, we can actually. We got the right skin for taxidermist, for taxidermy stuff. Mostly a human skin is just the same like the skin of a hawk. So it's a little bit like hawk skin, but it's also for the jurisdiction and stuff like that. It's not allowed in the Netherlands to mount people, but in Australia and in some states in the USA they got other laws, and there it's pretty common to preserve the tattoos from your husband what's passed away, and that's also done by taxidermists. So it can. Yeah.
Would you do something like that if you get the chance?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't take daily of it, but yeah, for me, when something passed away, it becomes a project. So it's when people passed away and I not familiar with them, so no, and they want to preserve the tattoo. For me, it's then also just meat, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good way of thinking, I think.
Yeah, I actually don't think daily about it, but when you ask me the question, and why not?
Yeah.
When they want it and they also customers, yeah, why not?
I think that were the questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time and for letting us all know about this and taking us with you, and also by you at home.
You're welcome, no problem.
And maybe we can come back with my fish sometime.
Yeah, of course. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really did, and I think it's interesting, and it's like you say, it's an art.
Yeah,
it really is an art.
Really, thanks.
Yeah.